So Jamahal Hill believes he is up next for Alex Pereira if he gets the win against Yuri this weekend. No. I think Ankalaev gets the fight. It's already rumored that Pereira has the fight lined up. I think contracts are already being signed, and I think Jamal's a little bit late for that. I wouldn't say it's impossible for that to happen. If Jamal, especially if Jamal wins in a very convincing fashion, let's say a first or second round knockout, that definitely, that's definitely something Jamal can kind of bring up and use as a significant cause towards challenging for the light heavyweight title immediately. If he's able to remove Yuri out of the octagon that early. I don't think it's going to happen because, Pereira has been talking next fight for a long time now. Ankalaev has been talking the next fight for a long time now. They've been going back and forth on Twitter. Ankalaev saying that UFC is on his side and is saying that Alex is going to have to fight him. And he's definitely next for Alex. And Alex is saying that Ank is not next. To now, Alex is just saying that a fight is next. Some fight is already happening. Everybody's going to be excited. Chama, all the shit that Alex usually says. So I think Jamal's late, Next up after Ankalaev, yeah. I think Jamal should definitely be next up after Ankalaev's chance if he's able to beat Yuri. But yeah, what Jamal said is definitely delusional, but it's not out of character for Jamal because, we all know now Jamal kind of has this tendency to come to the media and say the most outlandish shit. So this is just on the same fucking level, But yeah, there's no way Jamal gets the title shot in front of Ankalaev, even if he's able to fucking do, even if he's able to pull a fucking Jorge Masvidal and throw a flying knee to the chin of Yuri to knock him out in like 30 or 20 seconds into the fight, he's still not going ahead of Ankalaev. I think if Jamal, by some reason, was able to do that, there would definitely be a strong argument for him to go ahead of Ankalaev. He's not going to. Ankalaev is next. The UFC does these things like that. When they've got that fight, when they've got that next opponent eyed up and decided, they're not going to move from that. And the key proof of that is what's happening for UFC 312. Khamzat Chimaev broke Robert Whittaker's jaw in 3. And he's still not up next. The UFC is still putting Sean Strickland in front of him for a chance at the middleweight title against Strikas. Boring ass jab cross teep, Philly shell defense, jab cross, double jab teep, jab Philly shell defense, Sean Strickland, who's going to make that fight fucking boring and last 5 rounds again and make it a total headache for the fucking judges. I think that fight goes down to the wire again. And it'll definitely go Dricus' way again because there's no way, like Sean isn't going to change shit, and I doubt Dricus changes shit either. It's going to be a carbon copy of the first fight, but that's a different thing. I'm trying to stay mainly on Jamal and Alex Pereira. So yeah, Jamahal Hill. There's no way Jamal is getting the next title shot ahead of Ankalaev, even if Jamal is able to pull the most outlandish shit out of his pocket and totally starch Yuri. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Jamal will have to wait. I don't think Jamal necessarily has to fight anybody to earn that title shot. I think if Jamal's able to beat Yuri point blank, I think he'll get the next title shot. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to really put himself ahead of Ankalaev, I think even if the fight goes to a decision, Yuri versus Jamal, if that fight's able to go to a decision and Jamal, still wins that, Jamal's up next. There's no changing what's going to happen. If Jamal beats Yuri, Jamal's up next. If Yuri beats Jamal, however, that is a little bit tricky because Yuri lost twice to Alex. So the UFC may be hesitant about doing that a third time. because it's not only that Yuri lost twice to Alex, Yuri lost convincingly, extremely convincingly, twice to Alex Pereira. So the chances of them doing a third fight, I don't know. They could. You know, I'm just saying they may hesitate about doing so just because of the performance Yuri put up in the two first fights. But yeah, bottom line, again, Jamahal Hill, delusional. Still respect him. I love the way he fights, and I'm choosing him to win against Yuri. And Yuri's one of my favorite fighters, and I'm choosing Jamahal Hill to win against Yuri this weekend. You know, but you know, even though I'm choosing Jamahal to win, Jamal's still delusional as fuck, and what he's been saying recently has really just all been delusional. You know, the move that he made, confronting Alex at the UFC PI, that was smart. Don't get me wrong, that was a smart move because it puts his name in the same conversation with Alex Pereira. But outside of that, what he's been saying about his first loss to Alex not counting, or you know, that was a fluke win for Alex, some shit like that. It's not a fluke win. Jamahal Hill needs to fucking focus. Is what I've been saying for a long time now. And if he's not focused, if by God's grace he's able to beat Yuri and challenge Alex Pereira for the belt after Ankalaev's turn, you know, hope maybe he's able to put on a better performance and keep his focus in that fight. I don't know. I doubt he does. You know, he damn well should try to be focused in his next go round against Pereira. I'm not sure if he can, because that first fight he completely was in outer space to allow himself to get fucking clipped by Alex. Bottom line, because I keep going to the fucking bottom line. I'm pushing this video on longer than it has to be. Jamahal Hill's delusional. What Jamahal Hill's saying about being up next is false. Ankalaev is up next, rightfully up next, and the UFC has just about confirmed that every which way. Even Ariel Helwani has said that Ankalaev is definitely up next for Alex. Ank is up next. Jamahal has no reason to be up next ahead of Ank, even if he's able to flying knee Yuri in the first 10 seconds of this fight. Jamahal Hill is up after Ank. But overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.